Do you lose sleep over the arguments you have with front office, the training staff about when a starter should or shouldn't come out of the game? You've watched a lot of games. You watch a lot of games in the minor leagues, a lot of games in the big leagues. Your view and feel for how a starting pitcher is pitching can't just be on a piece of paper. Am I right? Or does it have to be you're feeling it? You know your bullpen is cash. You know you're still in the beginning part of July. You got to get these guys through 2.5 more months of baseball. How do you deal with that, and how do you argue with them? Or do you just say, you know what? We're winning today's game and we'll figure out surgeries in
Tomorrow.
August.
Yeah, we win today. We'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll figure out August, September. Like the most important game is tonight's game, and we get together, with the pitching coaches. We have a really good process here, and it's very flexible. And you're 100% right, Ratty. It's not like I'm going out there and say, well, Clay Holmes, for instance, is got 85 pitches. No, we know that this is the first time for him as a starter, and he's making a huge transition. He already exceeded his inning from his previous years. But he's going. Like yesterday was a perfect example. He's through five. He's 71 pitches. The first two guys get on, and am I gonna go to the bullpen there because there's two guys on his third time through? The guy was dominating for 5 innings, and I'm gonna give him a chance to get through to the mess. I want him to keep going, especially with how much we've been using our guys from the bullpen. So that's the perfect example. Now guys coming back from injuries, whether it's a Senga, whether it's a Manaea coming up real soon here, then we have a number that will stick to it because of the injury that they're coming from. But as far as like the other guys, there's going to be times where they're going to go 110. There's going to be guys that, depend. So I'm going to go back to Holmes. The previous outing, I took him out after 85 pitches, and he was through five. But he walked four lefties, in that it wasn't like he was dominating. And there was like four lefties coming up in the 6 innings. And I said that was it. And it wasn't just because, he was only going to go 85 pitches. I was watching the game, and it was pretty clear he didn't have the changeup that day. Yesterday he had the changeup. So that's what is day by day. The cases are different, and you have to go. Yeah, you prepare, but the game will tell you what to do.
No kidding. All right, so I've got to ask. You mentioned Senga and Manaya. It said no quote, no restrictions on them. Does that mean they're going out there chucking 100 pitches? Does that mean you told
No, no.
Senga to cover first base or stop covering first base? Like, what does no restrictions mean?
Uh, I said no restrictions.
That's what the people are reporting, Carlos. I don't know.
I mean, we have a number that we are comfortable with as far as pitch count goes. Like I just said, with Senga, after being down for a month, Manaya, first time. But that's basically it, like we have an idea of, how many pitches we want them to throw. And other than that, go play baseball, go pitch.
Mendy, the All Star game's coming up, and before AJ gets to the tougher question, I'll get you to a fun question. What would you add to the All Star game to make it creative and fun? I said I want to see the fastest runners run against each other, a 60. I want to see the dudes throw the ball as far as they possibly can. I know teams won't allow that, but what's something fun that we could add to the All Star game that you would okay as a manager be like, oh no, no, not my Lindor. I don't want my Lindor running as fast as he can one time in a sprint so that he stays healthy.
Man, you kind of caught me off guard here, but I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind, when I first heard about it, the golden at bat, I thought that was a crazy idea. But hey, why not in the All Star game? Like, you got, as a manager, you got a bunch of superstars. Which one you gonna pick? you know, So I don't know. That's the first thing that, like I said, because you kind of caught me off guard, but it'll be a pretty tough spot as a manager of an all-star team to say, hey, you get an opportunity to pick one. Go ahead, good luck.
True. True. By the way, Mindy, I also said I'm in Atlanta right now. They have the softball fence out. Not only could you do golden at bat, but you once a game you could call on the softball fence to be wheeled out, and it's like 250 feet. And if that guy on the golden at bat hits a home run, it counts as like 5 runs, right? Over the softball fence, not over the real fence. And then think
What
about
about
the
if you
man.
don't hit it out of that? What if you don't hit it out of the fence? Is that counts like a 6 outs, and then
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like think about all the fun you could have with this whole thing, right? So now, I mean, there's a million things you could go with if we want to make this fun. But now they're bringing in the ABS. Okay, is that the reason Juan Soto was not in the All-Star game? Because he has an eye so good that he would be going like this on every pitch, and they would want to speed this game up a little bit?
I don't know, but I'm a big fan of the ABS, to be honest with you, and that's my feedback after spring training, after going through there. He adds so much to the game. Yeah, I feel like he adds a strategy to it, because if you got selfish players that are going to be challenging early in the game, and then before you know it, in the eighth, on the ninth, with the game on the line, you need that, and you out of it. So, and also for me, he just eliminates the back and forth from the dugout with the umpires. Like, you want to argue, go ahead and challenge. And there's a little bit of accountability here for both ends. So I'm a big fan of it. I just saw that they're going to do it in the All-Star game, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, well, what about Juan? What about Juan missing you dodged that part of the question. Juan Soto, give us your honest opinion.
Incredible. I don't get it. He's our MVP. He's an MVP for us. He's an all-star for us. So I'm just hoping that in the next day or two we get a call and he gets invited, because it's hard to believe that when you look at what he's done, all the way to this point, he's not an all-star. So
AJ, we're in Vegas right now, and I have not had a lot of time to eat during the day. So
No.
what could we do?
I would love a Huel right now. Vanilla Huel would go down perfectly, because when I have to skip meals because I'm too busy doing what you do in Vegas, which is not eat, I need a quick replacement, and Huel is the perfect thing.
I'm a chocolate guy myself. It's got the chocolate milkshake vibes to it. If you miss a meal, Huel can be your answer. If you're looking for a big protein boost, Huel can be your answer. So go check it out. Our friends at Huel are part of today's sponsorship. They've got you covered, spelled Huel. That black edition is a complete meal to feel full, focused, and ready for your day. Little prep, basically no prep. Shake it, open it. Huel has sold over 500 million meals around the world, and now it's your turn to try it. So go to Huel.com/foul and get Huel today with the exclusive offer for the FT fam of 15% off for new customers if you use the code, FOUL, minimum $75 purchase. Get after it.
Mendy, I've seen a little bit too many veins popping out of the side of your head recently. Do you feel like you're a little bit more on edge when your team is going through a tough stretch and calls don't go your way? If you win 16 of 18, are you going to argue the same amount of balls and strikes as if your team loses 13 of 16?
I wouldn't say it'll be the same amount, but it just when they are that drastic in the situation of the game. I'm going to go back to that Sunday, man. Like, come on, Torrens get 2 calls that I'm praying to get Soto or Pete up to the plate. We're down 2. All I need is one guy to get on, and then when you're giving that and missing that much, it's like, come on, man, like, we got to be better, understanding that they're human and all that, but whether, I feel like as a manager, if you're in the middle of those tough stretches, kind of like where we were for the past 3 weeks or so. I got thrown out at Pittsburgh the other day. Same thing, we're kind of coming back, and Mark Vientos gets a call, a 3-0 call where Soto's behind him, So ball 4, and before you know it, you got to go ahead at the plate with Soto. So I think every situation is different, but when you're not winning as much, you feel like you got to fight those.
Mendy, calm down. You guys are in first place. It's like been like this with you guys, right? Every team is like, oh, we win 10, we lose 10. We win 10, we lose 10. We win 10, we lose 10. But guess what? You guys are in first place. You guys are in first place, okay? And I don't care what Kratz
I'm
says.
not complaining.
Listen,
I'm just
I
saying.
don't care what Kratz says. Okay, you guys are in first place. But what I want to know is how important was that taking 2 out of 3 from the Yankees? Yes, you would have liked to have swept them, but in New York for the papers, for the back pages, and then it catapulted you to the win yesterday. How important was that series to win, just to kind of get you back on track?
AJ, honestly, going into that series, we were like, how are we going to get through 3 games, with what we have right now? When you look at, we have Hegeman starting on Friday, who kept us in the game. First 2 batters hit homers, and I thought he did an unbelievable job, just staying locked in and giving us a chance. But bullpen was short. Then we have Montas, and then on Sunday, going into the series, we didn't know who was pitching. So for us to take 2 out of 3, you know how special those games are. They're electric. They're intense. Every pitch, every at bat, every play matters. It feels like a playoff atmosphere. And for us to, and then on Sunday we get down, and the guys fought back. So yeah, it was special. Obviously, good feeling, and I'm glad that we were able to win the series there.
All right. One manager, one of your buddies, Aaron Boone, has been getting so much flack. He's been getting criticized by fans for saying during their tough stretch, the Yankees' tough stretch, that the team is still good, telling the team that they're still good. What else are you supposed to do as a manager? You can't, I don't understand how fans can sit there and go, oh, Aaron Boone needs to lose his job. If he's delusional and says his team is still good, what are you supposed to do as a manager?
Yeah, look, I mean, you're gonna go out there and tell we suck with the worst team in baseball. Look, the reality is that they're good. They got a good team. We're good. There's a lot of good teams in the big leagues, and that's what makes this league, a tough league, man. And understanding that every team is gonna go through stretches like this. The fan bases are not happy when you're going through it, and rightfully so. But you just have to be consistent, man, and attack the issues and some of the things that you're not doing well. There's a reason why you're losing games. And my job as a manager, our job as a coaching staff is to continue to coach, continue to teach, and continue to push guys to move forward. But at the same time, understanding and staying consistent that you'll get through it, believing in your players.
All right, last one, Mendy. Pete Alonso is not doing the home run derby. Were you surprised that he actually on his own decided that he didn't want to participate this year? And do you have any thoughts at all as a manager on him not doing it, or do you really not care? I mean, Pete's been able to perform after home run derbies, so I think that narrative gets overplayed, especially with a lumberjack like Pete. But what do you think?
So I was a yes and no. I was kind of like, I thought he was going to do it. When they told me that Pete was an all-star, in my head, I was like, all right, he's doing the home run derby. And then when I found out that he wasn't doing it, I was like, But watching him this year with the way he's preparing, his routine, like how locked in, how meticulous he is, like this guy's on a mission right now. So I'm not surprised by it, that he wants to go, he wants to play, but again, like you said, this is a guy that's done it for the past I don't know how many years, and it doesn't affect him. But he felt it was best for him, for the team, to stay away this time, and I respect that. Proud of him obviously for making the All-Star team, but I was a little surprised. Not gonna lie.
You're mad. You're mad. That's what it is, because you were hoping he was going to have you throw to him in the Derby. Be honest.
No, nope, nope. I don't throw BP no more, Kratzy.
When did that happen? Just in spring training, you were throwing BP. Did you hurt yourself, or you reached your pitch limit?
No, man. It's just by the time I get out, the guys got their routines. We got a lot of good BP throw. In spring training, I throw all the time. But once the season starts, that's it for me.
By the way, Mendy,
Yeah.
Mendy, you should just pay the $100,000 for Soto. Just give him the $100,000.
Hey, man. Find a way.
Stroke that check, Randy. Just stroke that check to him. Stroke that check to him.
Let's get the man to the All-Star game.
Hey, you still got a shot. There's replacement.
Let's do the right thing here. You know.
Just stroke a check. While you're handing them out, I'll take one too. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.